Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture of IC engine, fuel and lubricants, and we will take the topic of today is theory of carburetor. This is the contents for today's lecture, theory of simple carburetor, and we will do some exercises on carburation. So, in previous lecture we have discussed the principle of carburation. What is carburetor? Carburetor is simple mixing of air and fuel in a device, that device called carburetor, and that device measure the fuel according to your operating conditions. Operating conditions means required weather conditions, load on the engine and speed on the engine. So, with the help of carburetor we are able to provide your combustion chamber the air fuel mixture. That air fuel mixture may be lean mixture, that mixture may be rich mixture or chemically correct mixture. So, the mixture provided by the carburetor is depending upon the carburation depression. So, that carburation depression is the pressure difference at the throat between the fuel nozzle and the throat. So, we have discussed the theory of the carburetor, how this carburetor work. So, we have discussed the simple carburetor, and the simple carburetor has its own limitations. What are those limitations? It provides only the mixture in normal operating range, partial over the partial between 20 to 70% of the load, and it does not provide the mixture during acceleration of the vehicle or other conditions also. So, with the help of the simple carburetor you are able to understand how it works and you can apply the principle. Then for the actual condition we will use some accessories, some modification in the simple carburetors. So, we have done in the previous lecture all the different types of carburetors, how they work and the principle of carburation. In this lecture we will discuss how this mixture is formed. So, we told you that we tell you that this works upon the principle of Bernoulli's theorem, and here with the help of this diagram you can see this is very simple diagram. Here this is float chamber, this is float valve, here is the fuel which comes from the fuel tank, and this is the passage for the fuel flow, and this is the nozzle. We take this, let this is the minimum area, that minimum area is called throat area, which is represented by line 2 section 2, and the tip of this nozzle, this is the tip of the nozzle is z meter above the minimum cross sectional area, which is represented by section 2. Why we kept it z, we have discussed in last lecture. This is done to prevent spilling of petrol when vehicle is stationary. So, we will evaluate the air fuel mixture with the help of this device, and here we will consider two analysis. First is approximate analysis, where we consider that density of air remains constant as air is flowing from this point to this point and fuel is flowing this point and mixture is formed here. The amount of air or flow rate of air decide this depression here, the fuel is released, that amount of fuel is released. If you increase the air flow rate, there will be more fuel available. If there is less air, then there will be more fuel available. So, we will apply Bernoulli equation. In last lecture I have also derived this relation, but just for revision I am telling you that here we will take first is approximate analysis. In approximate analysis we will apply Bernoulli equation for air at section 1 this section 1 is for air and this section 1 represent the atmospheric condition. So, apply the Bernoulli equation. So, P 1 upon rho A is equal to P 2 upon rho A plus C 2 square upon 2. Here C 1 is less as compared to C 2. So, you neglect C 1 air velocity at entry of the this venturi tube. So, P 1 upon rho is equal to P 2 upon rho A plus C 2 square upon 2, where P 1 P 2 are the pressure Newton per meter square in section 1 and 2 respectively. So, you can evaluate C 2 from here. Let this equation is 1. Then mass flow rate of air is evaluated with the help of continuity equation A 2 C 2 and density of rho A. So, from this equation put the value of C 2 here, we will able to find equation 2. Now, we will apply the Bernoulli equation for the fuel. Fuel here it is open, this float chamber is open to the atmosphere. When atmospheric condition I am taking 1. So, here P 1 upon rho f is equal to P 2 upon rho f plus C f square. C f square is the velocity at this point or at nozzle of the fuel jet plus Z g. So, Z is because this tip is Z meter above the section 2 2. So, with the help of this equation we evaluate the value of C f as this. C f is the flow rate of fuel at the nozzle point, at the nozzle tip. Similarly, we will able to find mass flow rate of fuel is equal to A f C f into rho f. Put the value of C f here, the equation comes out, final equation comes out equation 4, where f is the cross sectional area of the fuel nozzle in meter square. Now, because we have to calculate fuel air ratio. So, fuel air ratio is mass of fuel, mass flow rate of fuel upon mass flow rate of air. So, mass flow rate of fuel upon mass flow rate of air, by dividing these equations in the previous slide, the equation 4 divided by equation 2. So, we will find this form, and by rearranging the term taking P 1 minus P 2 as common, it comes out in this form. Let this equation is equation 5. So, equation 5, because this is the theoretical mass flow rate of air fuel air ratio. To evaluate actual fuel air ratio, we will multiply by the coefficient of discharge for fuel and coefficient of discharge for air flow. So, coefficient of discharge of fuel means orifice or nozzle tip, for the nozzle tip is CDF and CDA for air. So, m dot f upon m dot a is equal to CDF upon CDA into AF upon A2 into under root of rho f under root of 1 minus ZG rho f upon P 1 minus P 2. So, this equation is the actual equation of fuel air ratio, equation 6, it is represented by equation 6. If we take Z as 0, means the if it is considered that tip of the nozzle is at the minimum throat area, at minimum throat cross sectional area. So, Z will be 0. So, in that case mass flow rate is represented by equation 7. Here you will put 0. So, this term will become 1. So, CDF upon CDA into AF upon A2 under root rho f upon rho A. So, these are the some outcomes of this equation 5, 6 and 7. First outcome is, it is seen from these equations that at low air flow, if I have just told you that if mass flow rate of air is less, then the carburetor depression will be less. So, this F at low air flow rates, this P 1 minus P 2 is less than ZGF. P 1 minus P 2 is the carburation depression will be less than ZG rho F, and in this condition there will be no fuel flow, means if air flow is low or choked, if you choke the supply of air, then there will be no mass flow rate of fuel, fuel will not comes out from the nozzle, and the fuel flow will start when P 1 minus P 2. The fuel flow will only start if this P 1 minus P 2 is greater than ZG rho F. With given value of Z, minimum air velocity at throat to cause fuel flow can be calculated. So, if we consider for minimum value from equation C2, C2 is equation 1. From equation 1, I want to evaluate the minimum value of a given value of Z minimum for air velocity at throat to cause fuel flow. It is given by this is only possible if this P 1 minus P 2 is equal to Z G rho F. Because if it happens that this term is equal to this, then what will happen? Mass flow rate is 0. Mass flow rate of fuel upon mass flow rate of air, fuel air ratio will be 0 in this condition. In this condition, if P 1 minus P 2 is equal to Z 0 F, then in this case fuel, you can see from equation 6, if this Z 0 F is equal to P 1 minus P 2, then mass flow rate of fuel upon mass flow rate of air will become 0. It means that this is the limiting value of pressure drop. You have to provide higher value. So, you can say that P 1 minus P 2 should be always be greater than this value. If it is equal to that condition is minimum which is required. So, C 2 is equal to, from equation we put the value, C 2 comes out this. Now the second comment, at higher air flows. So, higher air flow rates means P 1 minus P 2 is becomes very much large as compared to Z G rho F. If this term becomes very large, then the whole terms become negligible. So, the equation comes out, mass flow rate for air comes out this A f upon A 2 into rho f upon rho A. Third is, a reduction in the density of air reduces the value of air fuel ratio, that is the mixture becomes richer. You can see easily from this diagram, if you reduce the value of this density, the mass flow rate of fuel upon mass flow rate of air will be increased, means mixture becomes richer. Also at high altitude, which is the problem in the aircraft, at high altitude when the density of air is small, it happens, because in aircraft the basic difference between aircraft and normal vehicle is, normal vehicle runs on the simple earth surface and aircraft goes in sky. So, it goes into height, and we know that when we go up, the density is reduced, density of air is reduced. So, it happens when at high altitude when density of air is small. So, when aircraft goes in the upward direction, the density at somewhere height is very less, and the mixture which is normal at the earth surface becomes richer, similar mixture richer at the height. So, thus a simple carburetor has a very big drawback, that the mixture becomes progressively richer with increasing air flows or increasing altitude. So, this is the main outcome of this study, and these are the drawbacks of the aircraft. What are the drawbacks? It does not supply a rich mixture. This is the drawback of simple carburetor. It does not supply a rich mixture during idling and low load operation, and a richer mixture for starting from cold, and the extra fuel needed during the acceleration. So, these are the main drawbacks of simple carburetor, and these are overcome by some modification in the carburetor. Now, the next analysis is exact analysis, where we consider density of air is variable. So, you will apply steady flow energy equation between section 1 and 1. Here we will apply steady flow equation between 1 and 2. So, by applying such steady flow equations, this Q minus W, H2 minus H1 C2 square upon H1 H2 are the enthalpies. Q, we assume that this flow of air is isentropic. You consider that here it is totally insulated from the surrounding and there is no work done by the carburetor. So, this value of C2 comes out under root H1 minus H2 enthalpy difference. Let this equation is 8 equation, and Cp comes out under root, because we know that enthalpy is equal to Cp T1, Cp is specific heat at constant pressure. So, under root Cp T1 1 minus T2 over T1, as the flow process between the atmosphere and venturi throat is asentropic, we have assumed, this is the assumption of the derivation. So, T2 over T1 can be written as P2 over P1 gamma minus 1 upon gamma. Substituting this value in equation, let this equation is 9. So, let this equation is 10. So, C2 comes out 2 Cp T 1 minus P2 over P1 gamma minus 1 upon gamma. Now, the mass flow rate of air is constant from inlet to venturi throat, and it is represented by equation 11, where A1 C1 was specific volume at one state, A2 C2 upon specific volume at state 2, where V is specific volume. Also, we can apply the isentropic equation between 1 and 2, P1 V1 2 power gamma, P2 V2 power gamma. From here, we are able to find out the value of specific volume at point 2. So, m dot A comes out A2 with here A2, C2 we will take from here upon V2, V2 we will take from here, and we will solve this equation. And solving this equation, we get this relation, that this equation is equation 13. Note, thus to calculate exact air flow in addition to pressure drop, initial pressure and temperature. So, it is if you do some numerical problem at the value of pressure, initial pressure and temperature given, then you are able to find find the fuel air ratio by considering exact analysis. Now, second point, the approximate expression for mass flow of air given by the above equations can be obtained if P1 minus P2 is sufficiently small. So, we have to solve this equation for some analysis we will do here. So, P2 over P1 to power gamma minus 1 of gamma can be written as like this. There is no change if you write P2 over P1 or 1 minus P1 minus P2 over P1 to power gamma 1. These two things are same, and if you solve this equation 1 minus x to the power n mathematically, so it comes out that consider P1 minus P2 is equal to delta P. So, 1 minus gamma minus 1 upon gamma delta P upon P1, and further it n minus 1 upon 2 into x square. So, delta P upon P1 whole square plus so on. So, here because delta P I have considered as very small, so we will neglect these higher terms. So, P2 over P1 comes out this much. Now, we will put the value of this P2 over P1 in equation of C2, in the previous equation C2, equation of C2. So, you will evaluate this equation as 14 equation in equation C2. Similarly, the mass flow rate of air can be calculated by equation mass flow rate of air equation 11. So, in the equation 11 put the value of this C2, it comes out in this form. And finally, if you solve all the mathematically algebraically, the final equation of mass flow rate comes out here. So, this is the analysis for exact analysis if we consider the compressibility of air. Now, we will take a numerical problem. We have a simple carburetor has to supply 5 kg of air per minute. The air is at pressure the pressure is given, temperature, initial temperature, calculate the throat diameter, we have to evaluate this diameter, let this diameter is d2, small d2, we have to evaluate, take velocity coefficient as 0.8, assuming isentropic flow, assume the flow to be compressible. So, we will solve this equation with the help of earlier equation we have derived for exact analysis. Here we will write all the data, apply steady flow energy equation, then C 2 will be under root of 2 C p T 1 minus T 2, we have discussed this. So, C 2 is equal to C 2 which is actual is actual velocity is determined by if you multiply it with the coefficient of velocity which is given to you 0.8. So, C v under root this C p T 1 1 minus P 2 O P 1 gamma minus 1 upon gamma. C p you can write R gamma upon gamma minus 1, where C p is specified at constant pressure for air. So, C p C 2 actual is given to you 90, the calculate the throat diameter of the choke for air flow velocity 90. So, here the velocity of air is given to you 90. So, 90 is equal to 0.8 is given to you 0.8 under root 2 C p, C p for air is 1.005 into 10 to power 3 because it is in kilojoule per kilogram Kelvin. So, we will convert it into joule into 1 minus P 2 over P 1 gamma minus 1 upon gamma. If you solve this equation, all the values are given, the value of to C p T 1 and T 1 is also given to you. So, here we will also multiply it by, because here is 2 C p T 1. So, we will multiply here by 300 also. So, it will give you the value of P 2 pressure at the throat. We know that from ideal gas equation rho 1 is equal to P 1 upon R T 1. So, we can evaluate the value, density value at 0.1, all the values are given. So, it is density at 0.1. Now, P upon rho 2 power gamma is equal to constant. So, P 2 upon rho 2 power gamma is equal to P 1 upon rho 1 2 power gamma. So, from here rho 2 is equal to rho 1, P 2 over P 1 to power 1 upon gamma, rho 1 you have evaluated from here and P 2 over P 1 it is evaluated, already evaluated. So, you will put the values of this here. To find the throat area we will apply this equation because mass flow rate of air is equal to rho A C, rho 2 A 2 C 2. The mass flow rate of air is given to you 5 kg per minute. We convert it into second, rho 2 we have evaluated rho 2 from here, rho 2 A 2 into it. So, A 2 comes out in this form. We know that A 2 is the minimum throat area pi by 4 d 2 square. So, finally, answer is 3.25. Now, the next problem is a 10 centimeter by 12 centimeter for cylinder 4 stroke engine running at 2000 revolutions per minute has a carburetor venturi a 3 centimeter throat. Determine the suction at the throat assuming the volumetric efficiency of engine to be 70%, assume density of air to be 1.2 kg per meter square and coefficient of air flow 0.8. So, all these values are given to you. So, stroke volume is equal to pi by 4 d square into 12, because these are the parameters which are given. So, stroke you are able to find the stroke volume which comes out this. As the we know that volumetric efficiency is give 70%. So, actual volume of the air sucked is this multiplied by the volumetric efficiency, this is the volumetric efficiency 0.7. So, actual volume sucked per second we have to evaluate, it will be 0.7 into 0.0037 and into 2000 by 2. Why we do 2000 by 2? Because it is a 4 stroke and in 760 degree of rotation, in 360 of degree rotation there will be one stroke only. So, the crank is revolving total 760 degree. That is why I have to evaluate in how much air is sucked in a cycle. So, in a cycle means divided by 2 into per unit time 1 by 60. So, it comes out actual volume sucked 0.044 meter cube per second. Now, the mass flow rate of air is equal to 0.044 into we multiply by the density of air which is given in the problem 1.2. So, this is the mass flow rate of air. Now, as the initial temperature and pressure is not given here, initial pressure and temperature is not given to you. So, we can take the advantage that density remains constant, we can assume it, and you have to write in the problem that as the initial temperature and pressure is not given, the problem is solved by approximate method, that is neglecting the compressibility of air. So, the mass flow rate of air is equal to coefficient of discharge into A2 under root 2 rho A and delta P A, pressure drop at the throat. So, mass flow rate of air, it is evaluated from here. C D is 0.8 given in the problem, pi by 4 into d square. D square, D is the throat area which is given to you 3 centimeter throat. So, pi by 4 d square into, we will convert because it is given you in centimeter. So, you will convert into the meter into 10 to the minus 4 under root 2 rho A. Rho A is given to you 1.2, this 1.2 into delta P A. So, from here which is required to evaluate delta P A, if you solve this equation, it comes out 0.0339 bar, and this is the answer. Now, we will take problem 3. A petrol engine consumes 7.5 kg per hour. So, here we will solve this equation also with the help of this ideal gas equation, P upon rho A RT, rho A upon P RT. So, we all the parameters are given, and this rho f is equal to 750 kg per meter cube. We will apply similarly this equation, solve all the parameters, all the values are given here, delta P A, we will evaluate delta P A. And fuel flow rate, we know that previously we have evaluated this mass flow rate of air is equal to A f C D f under root 2 rho f delta P A minus Z g rho f. So, we can evaluate putting all the values d f is equal to 0.01244 or in mm 1.244. So, now we are able to evaluate the air fuel ratio, and we will take either with the help of approximate method or exact method. So, this was all about for this lecture. In this lecture we have discussed how the air fuel ratio is evaluated with the help of carburetor, and we have done some numerical problems also. Thank you.